I'm going to draw another watch. So let me get my things I need to do, draw it with. This, maybe. I don't think I'm using watercolor paper, but it will be fine. It's this nice laid paper. I think it's pastel paper, but we'll see. Hello, Ms. Darling. I'm doing a drawing of my watch again, my watches, which is the one that's interesting. This one is the one that's interesting. Shit. Come on. Why are you not coming out? There we go. Okay, so here's my watch. I'm trying to get the light to be just exactly dramatic. So now it's exactly dramatic. Ink of the day, okay, good. And how was your drive on your bike? Oh, nice. Yeah, you know, I have thousands. I have dozens and dozens of frames that I find being given away here in my building, and I save almost all of them because I think I'm going to be using them for something. And of course, the something never happens, but or sometimes it happens. But you know, if you like the idea of doing these sort of quotes and then framing them, just keep in mind the standard sizes of easy to find frames, not just for you, but for, you know, if you send something that's 6 inches by 7.5 inches, there's no frame that you can buy that'll fit that. You have to get one specially made, and framing is really, really, really expensive. Oh, that's good. Oh, good. I know that I'm not your doctor, but I think you should also do some of the petal stuff. I didn't expect this to be red, but what the hell? It's red now. So let me get the color that is not red. ink. Oh, good. So you didn't use the motor assist. That's great. I think, when I get up, ride my bike for the first time in a day, I'm huffing and puffing and huffing and puffing all the way home, like the little piggy that went to the market, wee, 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 or whatever. But then on my way back, I've managed to get my little muscles in order so that I'm not huffing and puffing as much. So I think if you soon, you'll never turn on that motor, and you'll be I see. Well, can you turn off the motor completely? Or is that crazy talk? Okay, where's my really black? Is that this? This is red. Just use purple. I don't want to add red. Well, I can see that heavy is a lot of work, but again, I think if you do it enough, it'll be easier and easier and easier to do, and then you'll be 10 pounds thinner and 10 times stronger. And then what? Then you'll be trouble. You will be trouble. Look out, Santa Ana. Ms. Marilyn Darling is on her bike. Stand clear. Well, I added gray just now to this thing, which I wasn't actually intending, but it's okay. So the paper that you saw on those books you just hated, right? It was too textural for you. Oh, well, that happens. Adverse reactions. Matt, I saw Ben Tipping, and he wants to invite us over for dinner sometime soon. So I offered to come by and see his little kitties, and he and Val haven't been vaccinated yet, and they were a little cautious. But then when he heard that I had been vaccinated, he apologized for not having me by, and I said, well, it's fine. I don't mind. I think you should be worried, even if I've been vaccinated. So it's so but he's such a little cat daddy. He's so funny. Just telling me all about the cats, and this one does this and that one does that, and it's just so funny. This one has this personality, and so we're still worried about them jumping off the second floor, so we don't let them. Don't worry about them. They will be perfectly fine. They know what not to do. What are your plans for the rest of the evening? Plant work? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I generally don't plant.
I see. Okay. You did send me something, but again, my your letter is probably in Minnesota still. So, but I think you may have sent it, and I like smooth paper too, but I like I prefer hard paper. That's maybe what I mean, where the paper doesn't have any sense of fiber to it. It can have texture, but as long as the texture is hard, I am happy usually with it. Am I done with this beautiful piece of art? My little abstract watch. There's a little bit of brown in here that got in here by mistake. And I guess because it's there, I need to add more of it. Just having one little bit of brown maybe is not a good idea. Yes, it's always good to use things before you buy more. That's what I'm trying to do. I've got so much paper here that I'm thinking I need to start using it up. Let me try a really tiny one here. Life size. Here's the back, here's the front, here's a shadow, there's a shadow, here's the crystal, or the whatever it is. With your wet noodle. I don't know what this, am I going to add ink wash to this, or am I going to keep it? Maybe I'll keep it. Seems to be looking kind of nice the way it is, so maybe I'll keep it light. Drawing circles is not easy. I'm way off kilter here. I've just noticed. But we're not sending man to the moon, are we? No, we're drawing a watch. So you do not have to be accurate. You know, circles and ovals can drive one crazy. So when you're on the is it when you work with MG Ward, are you on a Zoom thing, and does it cost money, or is it free, or what? I was telling a friend about him, thinking he might enjoy tuning in. Okay. It's probably well after my bedtime, but I've met MG Ward a couple of times in Philadelphia. He's been at the Philadelphia Pen Show. He's a real interesting character. He wears bowler hats. He does tap dancing. And he's a Canadian. If that means anything to anyone. Boy, did I ever make this thing crooked. This watch would not tell time if its life, it would be right twice a day. But I don't even think it would be right twice a day. I think it would be just forever wrong. He is very cute to look at. He is I believe he's a quite a nice guy. On top of everything else, on top of being talented and cute. What am I? What have I done? Triple threat is right. He's probably wealthy too. Just throw that in. And anything else that you might find attractive in a man. He is one of these dip pen purists, though. He does not cotton to fountain pens. And there are some people like that, that you know, the steel nib is for them the best. And to me, the steel nib has been improved by the gold nib with the iridium on it, but he has a different opinion about that. Oh, well, I only have a few of those that are they're sad. You know, I can't remember which ones they were. I think it was green, a green marbleized pen. It's just one. It's an off-brand. I don't know who made it, but I bought it at some show, and it was this big number, senior size, Parker sort of sized pen, or bigger, and you open it up thinking it's going to be a big honkin' senior size nib, and it's even smaller than a number 2. And it's just, we've all been in that situation, haven't we? Oh, you say to him, is that it? Taxi, you say. I just sounded like a horse there, didn't I? It was nice seeing Parker today. I hope he's doing well-ish. He looked good. Sometimes those Japanese jumbo pens, all times those Japanese jumbo pens have a little tiny nib on them, I guess. Okay, so let me take a picture of this before I ruin it with ink wash. Okay. Okay, let me now cover the back. With this, which I will eventually make into ink wash, I think. Or I just ruined the picture. Either one. Both can happen. Okay, let's now go into the actual working of the thing. Actually, let me add a little bit more. Why I did this was I want to have some of the areas in the watch to remain white. So I had to make the background less white. Well, do you think your father is right? What would George Bruno say about that theory? Probably that men don't need that sort of support from other men. No, I don't know if you'd say that. I'm being mean. So George Bruno's Instagram account was hacked into or something, and it has disappeared. So I never did hear whether the guy that told me to shut the fuck up because I dared to suggest that I was getting a vaccination because I was being a responsible adult. And his response to me was, shut the fuck up. No, I'm not losing any sleep over his. I mean, I did send him a text on YouTube, I think, or a comment on YouTube saying, I think your Instagram has been hacked. He said it was. I said, oh, that's too bad. I had been talking to someone had broken in and pretended to be him, and he was trying to get me interested in investing in Bitcoin, which of course I knew was not George Bruno. So, but I played along with him, whoever it was, and made comments about what I would do with the money and what kind of porn I would buy with the money that I would get by investing in his Bitcoinage. But he was yes. Well, yes, that was one of the things he was spouting was after the apocalypse of the vaccination isms, that his spermatozoa would become very valuable. And so my question was, here I asked about, well, what is the vaccination going to change your spermatozoan DNA? I don't think that works that way, does it? And anyway, I was just wondering, if I was the last dame on Earth, presumably married to a man, and my man's spooge wasn't functioning to its best, would I want to carry George Bruno's spooge, or for that matter, any other man's spooge, instead of my sweet darling husband's spooge? And that was one of my things that I mentioned. I didn't mention that, actually. I'm sorry, I did not mention that. I thought that was maybe beyond, but I said, you charge for your spooge? I give mine away. I said. He said, is your semen that valueless? Cheap? Is it that cheap? I said, no, I just don't charge for it. Well, did I ruin it? I don't know why this is black, but I don't know. I think I'm ruining it. I wouldn't think it would change the DNA of the spooge. Now, it may make you not get an erection or something, I suppose. I don't know. We're doomed. It doesn't make any difference. We're doomed. Well, what do you think? Did I fix it or make it worse? I'll pretend I didn't make it worse. These lines are a little more apparent than I initially wanted them to be, but it's okay. No. So tomorrow, I think Ellen's demonstration of how she makes her little sea creatures will be really, really fun. Very much looking forward to it. Done. Ellen is a neighbor of mine who, there's a little teaser that I put up, a 2-minute teaser on my YouTube channel. And she has created things that look like little sea creatures using discarded plastic things that she found in the trash or the recycling. And they're really beautiful and very smart. And her, let's see if I can find some pieces here. Sent them to Ben Tipping. Okay, here they are. So she takes she's made a display of what look like sea creatures and she's made them out of like this one. It's a certain kind of a worm, she said, and it's made out of a hairbrush. And she applies heat to these plastic things, and they melt in a certain kind of way. So that's her pieces in the display. So tomorrow afternoon at some point, she and I will do a live broadcast. I'll be holding the camera iPad and aiming it down at the table and showing how she's doing it. She'll be describing how she does it and how some plastics work and some don't. And then we'll take your questions, perhaps. But it's one of these times where I need to do a boob job on a card here. So let me see if I can do that. One of my clients. Okay, where's my pen? The one pen I need to work. Right here. Huck. It's yeah, I don't know what's. I get rather annoyed by the people that all they can do is just show off their fanciest pens they own, and it's sad because I know they'll never be used. And it's just sad. It's just sad. I'm trying to make some boobs that aren't sagging. Now, how do I do that? Are they not sagging now? Put on screen. Well, you really don't see the top of the boob. You just see the sort of the bottom part like that because she's wearing a fur coat. Okay, where's my email? Oh, it's because I looked at it on my phone. They were just maybe a little low. I mean, I don't usually draw dames enough to know where their parts are. Yes, too many curves. My friend Piot, who lives in the building, just came up with a painting called The Kiss of Death. Well, I'm going to give it a like whether he likes it or not. Phone in every room. This antique dealer has really cool stuff, including that. He also has this. It's a flask. Who wants to be a camel? Ugh. Well, I think I'm going to go sit on the couch. So I'll see you all later. Yeah, no, this is just craziness. This always be connected and always be loved and blah blah blah. See ya.